Daddy, chill.
Chupapi muñeño.
What the hell is even that?
Best in the business.
Ego. The ego.
That's ego.
Ego hit y'all with another one.
That boy Bud. Get a drum or something. I said, Terence Bud Crawford reveals his current form, his current weight, his current physique ahead of the Canelo Alvarez. Payday, you want payday? I ain't know that. Alvarez fight. The boy Bud is looking in shape. And in this video, I am going to break it down. Without further ado, give it to me now. Give it to me now. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Ego Weight Watchers, aka Ill, where I give you a look into the fighter lifestyle before, after, and progress picks, especially when they have an upcoming fight. Now, y'all know I've been doing this for 15 years. I am the originator. There are a lot of imposters now that, oh, let me show you what the weights are. Your boy Ego started that, right? And I got another one with Terence Bud Crawford. And I know some of you guys wait to hear my opinion, so here it is. A lot of imposters, often imitated, never duplicated. Terence Crawford has revealed these pictures. You will have seen them in the thumbnail, and the boy is dialed like a payphone. He is looking in shape as he moves up, or prepares to move up, to the super middleweight division. First, let's start off with what I like. What I like is he looks bigger, but he doesn't look bloated and like boxy. Like when he first was bulking, he was looking like almost too big, right? Where he was starting at a higher weight. Like, I understand it. You know, you start at the pinnacle, the peak, bulk up, carb up, whatever. And then you taper down and like hunker down into your training camp, and then ultimately descend down into where you need to be at 168. But he was holding that heavier weight, which again, I don't want to get too far into it, but there's a thing called holding weight in boxing. So you don't want to arrive at your weight too prematurely. It's like a preemie baby. Like if the baby is supposed to be born April 9th and the baby's born March 25th, that's a premature baby, right? The baby came ahead of schedule. Similarly, when we're talking about boxing, you don't want to arrive and peak too early in your training camp. It's a real science, because here's the downside. If you arrive at your weight goals too prematurely, you could end up kind of like overtraining and being spent by the time that you have to fight. Or since you're like, a lot of these guys are bigger than where they campaign, you have to hold the weight, which could be more catastrophic for your body if your body wants to gain more weight naturally and you're stifling it and staying at a smaller weight and holding that weight. So it's a real science. Great fighters with great teams have figured out ways to like master this and not peak too soon and just arrive at their weight goals ahead of time. You have to understand, this new age of boxing, nobody really is fighting at their fight weight or their walk around weight. Their fight weight is different. Most of these guys walk around heavy, and it's a sacrifice, it's discipline, and it's a cut, right? You had guys like Jared Hurd who openly admitted that he had been 200 plus pounds and then he was shaving down to 154. That's a lot of weight. And he is a big frame. He's like 6 foot or whatever the case may be. So that's a big frame dude. and that's a lot. That's like 50 pounds you're shaving, maybe even more. So it's a real science. You don't want to do it wrong. You risk depleting your body. And as I've always stated on my channel, when you get later in life, aka older, that's when it becomes harder and harder to do. Your body is more forgiving when you are younger. Like, look at some of these rock stars, the people in the 70s, in the 80s that were rock stars doing all these drugs and partying and staying up all late. Maybe you could do that for that period of time because you're young, you're 19, you're 20. And I'm not condoning this behavior. I'm just talking about the party life of rock stars, right? Party like a rock star. And when you start getting to 50s and 40s and stuff like that, it's going to be harder to maintain that. Like operating off of a binge or operating off of a hangover and getting bad sleep. All that stuff becomes harder and harder. Same with cutting weight. So what I do like about it is that Terence Crawford, he looks like he's coming, like, as he should. The fight's in like 8 days, a week or whatever. But he looks like he's coming down off that weight. And he looks, right now he looks bigger than we've seen him. But he also, to me, looks like slimmed down and leaner. And I told you that would be a key to victory if he wants to win. If he comes in trying to match Canelo like size for size and comes in exceptionally heavy, I don't see that as being an advantage. I think you want to be like spry, you want to be agile, and you want to be like nimble. You don't want to potentially bog yourself down. And just so you know, that could still happen even at this weight, because you could feel great. I know fighters where they felt great in training camp, and then on the given night, your body doesn't cooperate. So there's that. Like, you can feel good with headgear and bigger gloves and doing your runs and stuff, but when you're getting punched on by a bigger guy and you actually made the move, you don't know. It's similar to like test taking. You could go into a test and felt like, man, I studied, I'm ready for this test, I'm gonna ace this test, this is gonna be easy, I'm prepared. And then go in, when it comes to actually taking the test, you see the clock ticking and you get weirded out. Some of the questions you study for aren't there, or they're reworded, they're confusing to you, and you could totally bomb that test. So that's the thing with boxing, is at the end of the day, you truly don't know until you get in the ring how you'll feel, because it's Mortal Kombat. It's fisticuffs. You are in there with somebody punching, trying to eliminate you. You know what I mean? So that's why you got to give it up to the Floyd Mayweathers, who always produced, the Andre Wards, who always produced, no matter what the circumstances were. They were master adapters. They mastered the ability to adapt. And Bud Crawford is another fighter thus far, like in the weight classes we've seen him in, he has always made the adjustments needed to win. He definitely has the spite and he has the winning spirit. You can't tell me Bud don't have dog in him. Now we'll see what he does with Canelo Alvarez. So I personally like where Bud Crawford looks to be. You know, I've been doing this for a long time. See, again, that's what I was saying at the beginning. Often imitated, but never duplicated. There's a lot of people, I pioneered this game, people. There's a lot of people that try to be like me. They want segments like me. They copy the segments I do. But the biggest thing is you have to know what you're talking about, right? I'm pretty good with the eye test and letting you know what I see, and it usually translates to something. So for me, I like where Bud Crawford is. He definitely looks bigger. He looks strong, and he looks shredded, like he's 12-round fight ready potentially. And that's all you could really ask of a fighter, is to prepare in the best way possible. Get ready for a tumultuous fight and take it seriously. And Bud is moving up. Canelo is strong. And it looks like he has prepared himself in the best possible way, where I don't think anyone doubts this, that he's going to give Canelo problems no matter what. Like, he's spiteful, and I truly like him at this size. I think this is a good size for him because he wants to be able to move around, dodge shots, slip, counter. And Canelo, I've said from the beginning, Canelo's not in his prime. Canelo definitely didn't look good in his last fight with William School, and he didn't look good with other styles recently in the last couple of years, like Dimitri Bivol. He's not stopping most of these guys. Like, he stopped Caleb Plant, didn't stop Munguia, didn't stop Berlanga, didn't stop School, didn't stop John Ryder. You see what I'm saying? So I don't even know when the last time he got a stoppage. Maybe Caleb Plant, and that was late in the fight. So he's gonna have to catch Crawford lacking, and we'll see. You know, we'll see what that produces. But we do know Canelo has very slow feet. And the other thing I don't like that I've been seeing from Canelo recently is he's like Floyd Mayweather when he got older and he had like hand issues. He tailor-made his style and improved it. Like, he became more of an economical sharpshooter, right? Whereas the younger pretty boy Floyd, and I have a quote, a lot of people keep jacking it and copying it, but the world knows I came up with this quote many moons ago, years ago. I said, everybody wants to be Money Mayweather without going through the pretty boy Floyd stages. I coined that. The videos are up. I've been saying it. That's like a go-to of mine. But younger Floyd was more aggressive, letting his hands go more. Older Floyd fine-tuned his style to something completely different, where he was a marksman, a sharpshooter. Defense was super tight. Cardio and mindset was super tight. And he became equally as difficult to beat because he used brains over brawn. Versus Canelo, as Canelo has aged, Canelo has become like almost lazier or a little bit more desperate, where he's loading up. Like, he's trying to fight Caleb Smith the same way he's trying to fight Bivol. These are different people. He was like trying to load up on every shot versus Bivol, and Bivol was able to absorb them arm punches. So you shouldn't have the same game plan for a flat-footed European Caleb Smith and a Dimitri Bivol. Completely different styles. So Canelo's going to have to almost wind back the clock a bit and show some diversity to beat a guy like Terence Crawford, who is a dog and is coming to win. For more boxing news, intelligent breakdowns, subscribe to my channel. I got him.